now. I gotta figure out how to. What's the link? All right. See, I don't want to give this people the link and then they come into the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out. All right. All right. There we go. All right. All right, Ned, are you there?
I am still here, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, we have 0 viewers, so I'm gonna basically wait a few seconds.
All right.
What's up?
You didn't see the cattail fly in the screen there?
No. See, I have you on small screen because when people come in, I kind of want to do this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
By the way, can anybody hear me now besides you?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah. You've already gone up to 1.5 million.
All right, we got 1 viewer in here already. All right, we're going to give it a few more minutes. Whoever just signed in, we got 3. And we're going to basically kick it off in just a couple minutes. I don't want to just start it with 3 people. I'd rather wait for a few more. Getting emails and shit. We got 9 viewers already. Come on, let's keep it going. 15 viewers. Let's keep it going. We hit 20. I'm going to start this off the right way. We're at 15. 15.
15, give it 20, 20, 25, 5, 25, 30.
All right. $17. Give me 20. Ooh. All right. Good evening, everybody. I hope you all can hear me. If not, we're dealing with a little bit of technical problems. It's my first time doing a live show. But this is it. This is the CHL bidding show, night 1, first night. Here we go. With me tonight, I have Nutty Grandpa, Detrima 95 from the Regina Pats. He was supposed to be here tonight, but we're having a little bit of an issue. With the holiday weekend, it was kind of tough to get everybody together earlier. Mostly my fault because I had, prior obligations. With that being said, let me just say that this is a first for the CHL level. Most of the time, it's the NHL and the AHL that get all the coverage, but no more of that. I've been working with F5 Penguin to establish a CHL media team. F5 is the LG media director, and I will be your CHL media liaison. And of course, I'm still looking for more members to kind of help me out, assist with production, producing, and all that good stuff. Now with me, I got Nutty Grandpa. He's the GM for the Spokane Chiefs. I'll let him introduce you.
Me?
to
All
everybody.
right, so I'm Nutty Grandpa. I've been in LG for 3 seasons. I was with Tri-Cities first season just as a player, and then last season and this season with Spokane as the GM.
And how was your experience so far here at League Gaming?
My experience has been great. First year as a GM was a little tough to get used to. You have to get used to the ups and downs of players being called up last minute. Sometimes personalities clash. You don't get players that mesh well, and you have to deal with that. But outside of that, management is really good about helping out and getting things corrected as best they can.
No, and that's the truth. For anybody that knows, I was a GM last year, and I didn't step down because I couldn't do it or I didn't want to do it. No, if you ask Nutty, actually, I was very wishy-washy on whether or not I was going to do it. However, with the established media team that's going on right now, I wanted to kind of focus my attention on that and pretty much be able to do that and not have to worry about setting my lines with, and babysitting, 17 other players. So, with that being said, let's just get right into the bidding. Let's see. We're going to open up the question and answer here just so people can do their thing.
And no questions about my cat.
I won't even let me do it now. So yeah, we're gonna go right into a screen share. I'm gonna put my screen up here, and we're just gonna continue to talk about the bidding. And it's being really weird to me, but we will get this. Bear with us, guys. As I said, it's my first time here. It will get better as the week goes on. I promise you that. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Screen share. All right. Nutty, can you see my screen? I hope everybody else can.
I see you.
All right. I'm wondering if everybody else can see the screen or if they're seeing what they're seeing exactly. All right. There it is. All right. So, as you see, bidding has opened up, and it has been quite the opening first night. Let's go and start with expiring, and we can discuss here, who's the first overall bid. And with the first overall bid, it was El Briere 48. One team's looking at him right now. He was the very first person bid on in the CHL. Not necessarily true, but he's the closest one to expiring. For any of you that haven't been in bidding, obviously you can go in here and sort out all this stuff. If you've scouted with teams, they may be putting a bid on you, they may not be. They won't contact you until you've been won, so don't get all worked up over who's bidding on you. This is the fun one right here, is price. We get to go see who is the most expensive player in the CHL, and right now, actually, a friend of mine, goalie Sakatani, is going for $4.75 million. 13 different bids already on 3 different teams. Some of the other names in here: Dr. Dangles, PhD, O'Rains, Breck Easy, Solid Platypus. Hey, there I am. I'm going for 2.5. So let's go ahead and get that price stopped there, so I don't get stuck here forever. For those of you who don't know, that the CHL bidding price it's gonna pretty much dictate what happens to you on moving up and everything like that. If you're a valuable player, teams are going to bid on you, bid you up, and stuff like that. The problem with that is that salary is going to have to translate over to other teams when you go to want to be traded. So if you have a ridiculous salary, it's going to be a lot harder to move you around. So you better get comfortable where you're at. Right now, Nutty, you got your bidding board up?
I've got my bidding board up, yes, sir.
All right. What any players on here that you're watching, or you're scared that you might not get, or anything like that, or you just want to keep quiet? That's up to you.
Well, no, I'll put it out there. We are going after Billy Gilly, so I think he's at the $1.5 million range already.
All right.
So
that's an
we got
open
a couple
call.
others.
That's an open call to everybody else to go for him there, right?
Yeah, go for him now. Go for him now. Get his price up, because I need him to get about $6 million.
Nice.
But yeah, there's some others out there I don't want to talk about because they're so nice.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, for the once again, you guys aren't going to be contacted by people bidding. It's going to be straight up just people that once you're won, that's when they'll actually contact you and stuff like that. Are there any surprises, Nutty, that went in the AHL that you decided that or you thought that were just
Well, we had two people on our radar. One was McTally, who I honestly didn't think anybody in the AHL even knew who he was, because obviously the NHL didn't. So we thought he'd slip through, and then we had Elliotism, who was our D-man last year. We tried to protect and couldn't, and he ended up going to, I don't even know who he went to, but he ended up going. So, yeah, we lost two players out of that draft that we were really counting on getting this week.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man, when you watch a guy go in the AHL and you've been scouting him for a whole week or whatnot, and you sit there and you gotta kind of improvise now. And it's the same thing that when someone bids on your player and outbids him and gets past your price limit, you now have to make alternate plans to make do with your team. Yeah. If you guys notice, I pulled up here. This is J-Rod is awesome. He's a left defenseman. He was probably one of my best friends in the league. 0 bids on him right now, and I'm pretty sure he needs one. I mean, if I don't know if you can see his stats here. I mean, yeah, his regular season didn't have a great one, but that was partly because of his line mates and stuff like that. It definitely wasn't him. He still put up some decent numbers, 21 points in 22 games for a left D-man. So if you're looking for a left defenseman, J-Rod is awesome. He would love to play for you. That's my shout out to him for the night, so I'll probably get one tomorrow night as well. Yeah, bear with me here. I'm just trying to do my thing. I told him I wouldn't do it, but I definitely had to. Yeah, with that, I mean, does keep in mind, guys.
The sad thing is, I shouldn't have said names because all of a sudden everybody's going up in price.
That's fine. That's fine. You know what? And it'll get a little bit more exciting. It'll make bidding a little bit more tense. I assume you'd have, as a GM, you'd know to have an alternate plan in case that does fall through.
Yes, we actually have a bidding board with about 50-some-odd names on it. So, yeah, we have contingencies.
What about any big names coming back from Spokane that you had on your roster last year, or who did you keep?
We kept Bob Marley. He's our left wing. He really solid left wing. We kept him for $2 million, so we're $2 million in the hole to start the season, but he was worth the price.
Right.
And honestly, for guys who've never GM'd, the thing you want more than anything is somebody who you can depend on. Mm-hmm. So that Bob was definitely a player that we knew we needed whatever night he was there. So a lot of times that's as a GM, that's what we're looking for is people who we know we can count on.
Right. This part here is going to kind of go out to the newer members, but let me ask you this: if you could give some advice to some of these newer members who haven't played here at LG before, what would you say to them, and what advice would you give them to make their time here at LG successful?
The first thing is, if you're expecting, I mean, one of the biggest things I noticed, a lot of people think their name's going to pop up on the board the first night, and the way this draft works, it may be 2 or 3 nights before you actually see your name because of the limitations in bidding. But beyond that, when you're dealing with, working or playing with a GM you don't know, the best thing I can say is, make yourself as available to that person as you can. Once you get on a team, work with that GM, work with the players on your team. It really doesn't fall only on the GM to get the game, the team running. It's we're there to get it set up. We're there to make sure players are there at game time. But ultimately, it sort of falls on the players a little bit to make sure that they put themselves out there and make themselves available.
Okay, so obviously, once you guys actually get bid on and you guys have been won by a team, don't just wait for your GM to contact you. Send them a friend request. Send them a message on LG. Get into your locker room and start getting active. This isn't babysitting time. This isn't you come here to play with your friend. No, you come here to be competitive in a 6v6 hockey league, where your GM has put together a team that he thinks has got a good chance to win with the best,
Right.
with the people he could get. Biggest thing I could say to everybody is you should treat this. Yes, it's a video game, but you should treat this as if you were a real life CHL hockey player. You need to look at this as your attitude, your reputation, your performance, which is by far the least on this list, but your attitude, your availability, your dedication, your commitment to your team is really going to dictate your career here at League Gaming in the Hockey League anyways. I can't speak for the other leagues, however, but the players that do well, the players that are friendly, communicate, help other members, they rise to the top. They see bigger and better things throughout their time here at LG, and they're not just stuck in the CHL. Now, for you guys that are like, oh, this is the CHL, I'm an AHL level player, well, prove it. Don't sit here and run your mouth about how you're that good, how you're the best player here in the CHL. No, prove it. If you end up staying here at the CHL the whole season, you know what? Why not just be at the top of the stat sheet if you're that good? Why not be the team that won the Memorial Cup like Kamloops did last year? But Casmo took a team on halfway through the season after Brown was moved to ownership up in the NHL level, and not only did he continue success, he actually improved his team, furthermore, and went on a crazy Memorial Cup run. And I'll tell you right now, my team, we played them in the playoffs, and you could just feel like the chemistry coming up against you. It was just their teams were good. They were sound defensively, offensively, but most importantly, they were organized. And that's really a big credit to the GM and his team on that roster. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do another update on the bidding board. We're gonna see if what prices have jumped. All right, Suck It Donnie is now up to 5.25 mil. Dr. Dangles is at 5 mil. O-Rains is at 3.7. Breck Easy, who, if you guys remember, was on the CHL Overtime last season, also helped with power rankings. He's up to 3.2. Solid Platypus is at 3. I'm at 3. Powder P. Right D-man. If you're a CHL team, go for it. Then Billy Gilly is the goalie. He's got 3 teams bidding on it.
Told you I shouldn't have put his name out there.
Yeah, and it happens. Probably shouldn't have gave the name because that's not fair to you, Nutty, as a GM. You should be able to keep your stuff just a secret. However, I gave you that option.
That's okay.
Some other names that I'm looking at. We got Cruddy Bam Bam on here. Let's see. I know I saw Water Gun on here somewhere. Not Water Gun. Slamkos. They were D partners for a little bit last year. They were really big into the hitting. Boys in the Hood, a goalie.
Had him last year.
Right. He was.
He's a good goalie.
You had him for a little bit. Okay. He played for the Titans a lot last year and stuff like that. Solid record in net. Not outstanding, but definitely. Well, when he went to the QMJ, he went 14-3. So whoever picked him up in a trade deal or a waiver bid, whatever, they did the right move. So I wouldn't be surprised to see his numbers skyrocket throughout the week. Once again, if you guys don't know exactly how the bidding works, a team places a bid on you, and at that point, if they're the first team, it'll be on the bidding board, but nobody's getting a notification. Once the bid is placed, there's an 18-hour clock that starts. If that 18-hour clock runs out on that bid, the team with that bid wins you as their player. If another team places a bid, the team that originally placed a bid gets a notification saying that you've been outbid on this player, and at that point, we have another 18-hour clock. So if theoretically, if GMs space out the bids on you, you could easily be waiting all week. Even if you're the best player and you got a bid on the first night, you may not know what team you're going to until Saturday morning or whenever bidding is actually complete.
Yep.
For those of you that don't get bids, don't get discouraged. I'm telling you right now, your training camps will be utilized. Last season, I used my training camp probably 40% of the time compared to my regular roster just because availability was bad on some guys and it was good on others, and I had to, do what was necessary to, keep a team going.
I was going to say, Powder, I know we probably used our training camp in about every game, so it does happen.
So yeah, so guys, don't take the training camp as a knock on the to your skill, your abilities. It's not that. It's if you didn't scout or scout well, and a team didn't see you what you were looking for, you're still going to get another chance to show a team what you can do. As we said, contact your GMs as soon as possible. These training camp systems are designed for you guys to get your chances when it's time. Don't just sit there, never come back to LG, leaguegaming.com. You got to get back on the forums, check the message boards, check in with your GM once a week. Let them know, hey, these are my, even if you're not on the roster, go sign up for the games for the week. That way, if something does happen, you can be brought in as your substitute. You get an emergency call up, and then there's your time to shine. You play well, and somebody in your team gets called up. Bam, there's a roster slot open, and they saw you as a solid member. You guys are good. Yeah, it's an interesting process. It's really unique in a sense of if you try to explain this to somebody that doesn't play EA Sports, NHL 2014, or any other NHL for that matter, they really wouldn't understand what you're talking about. But in theory, this is probably one of the coolest things I've been involved with. In a video, it's definitely the coolest thing in a video game world. But even in real life, I think this is a really cool concept, a really cool idea, and then the sky is the limit. But it's not good unless we have dedicated members. Dedicated members is what makes this league work, and without them, this league is nothing.
Yep.
So keep in mind, do your I'm getting word here that Everett Silvertips are planning on using their training camp. I'm trying to read these emails. They're coming up as little notifications on my screen, so I can't read them all fully. But I'll pull them up. Let's see what we can do. Nutty, can you see you seeing me or what?
Hold on just a second. I'm still seeing the board right now.
All right, that's fine. I'll just read some of these. Yeah, we got quite a few. All right, so here we go. We got some collusion watch. The Oil Kings already said they are taking me. I'm excited. Excited was spelled wrong, so that's kind of funny. I won't drop names here, unless it's in the email. Everett Silvertips are planning on using their training camp to push players to do their best. There's another example. These are all emails that I'm reading that are coming into my account as I'm doing this, and like my computer's been dinging at me in the ears here. It's crazy. What's good, y'all? From Kyle Cutler, but nothing. It's all good. I found the answer to the person that thinks they're going to the Oil Kings. Alex Hutt says, "Oh man, you guys are having like personal conversations in here." CHL general managers don't know how to manage cap. That's from Devin McGilvery. #fact. Well, Devin McGilvery, I would like to ask you: are you a GM? Have you been a GM? And if you have, I would love for you to come on here or post a comment now saying how they can better manage their cap, because apparently you're an expert, and I wouldn't want to cross the experts. This is from Alex Hutt again. Says Swift Current is going to be fucking awful. Rush Puck is terrible. Well, I disagree with that statement. You're entitled to your personal opinions, but that's cool. The same kid saying can't believe that Nazem Kadri 43 hasn't been bid on yet. Dude's a stud. Well, if he hasn't been bid on yet, either teams are waiting to see if people are making moves on him, or he didn't do well in scouting. Just because someone's good in club, OTP, versus shootouts, hut, no, it doesn't translate to 6v6 hockey here at League Gaming. I played in other leagues. I won't mention their names because this is leaguegaming.com, and I'm not going to give anybody else their publicity. However, this is the superior league. This is where the best hockey players come to play. If you play in another league and you dominate and you're not in the LG, you don't mean nothing to me. Let's see. I wish I could have changed my position from left wing to left D. Nutty, maybe you know this. Was there a rule change on position lock, or is position lock still not an issue?
Position lock is still not an issue. So whatever position you want to try to work with your GM is up to you and your GM. There's not a lot.
Now, on that one, let me speak from my personal experience. The GMs, their job is to essentially manage their team. When they bid on you, if they bid on you as a left D man, Steven Sentes, I think his name is Mr. TXBS, I guess. If they bid on you as a left D man, that means they have intention to play you at left D, and you can discuss it as moving to left wing later. But it's one of those things that if they allotted a space for you as a defender, it's really tough to defenders are valuable here. On to the next one. T. Hensey, Pauda is way overpaid. Wow. Well, I'm not getting paid for this. The salary that I will be getting for my CHL time. Oh, there's a winky face, so I guess that's okay, right? I won't be getting the actual money. It doesn't come out of my Xbox or anything, so that's really not an issue. So, yes, I may be overpaid in fake money, but, maybe some people think I'm valuable. From Mike Rushton, we got how awesome is Swift Current going to be? I don't know. Can't really tell you who they're bidding on just yet. I know Swift Current's run by Rushpak, which I'm guessing is Mike Rushton. Makes sense right there. And I'll tell you right now, I've scouted with Rushpak and the Swift Current Broncos, and I had a good time. I think he had very organized lobbies. The players that were in there were of quality. And just roundabout, good guys. So we'll just leave it at that. All right, we're going to go back to the bidding board. We're going to refresh some of these bids. I'm going to bring up some emails in just a second. Let's see. We're going to go with price again. See if anybody's jumped again. Dr. Dangles has taken the lead in the bidding pro. Well, not taking the lead, but he's tied up with Suck It Donnie at the 5.25 mark. Reigns is at $4 million. Billy Gilly at $4 million. Barra at X29 at 3.7. Breck Easy is slipping down in the thing. Only 3 teams looking at it, 3.7. Tell you right now, I played with Breck Easy. He's a goal scorer and a half. But, I'm surprised there aren't more teams out there looking at him. Solid Platypus coming in at $3 million for a right D-man. I'm still sitting strong at $3 million. Darku, another solid player from last year. I'll bring up some of his numbers. He's playing with Ottawa last year. He's a key member in their team besides the playoff. If you look at his playoff, he was 0-1 with 0 points. So obviously his playoff numbers weren't great. But in the regular season, he played 17 games with the Ottawa 67s, went 10-6-1 with 80 points, 30 goals, 50 assists with a plus of 41. That is insane here in the CHL. However, we all know that last year the Ottawa 67s dominated everything in the league except the playoffs. Once the playoffs hit, the Ottawa had a brain fart, a butt fuck. I don't even know what you want to call it. They had something went wrong, and Ottawa got messed up. So moving on, let's see. Just going to scroll down here, see what else we got. See what goalies are moving around right now. So we got Suck It Donnie at 5.2, Billy Gilly at 4.25. That looks like that just went up. Barra X29, Frecked out, Brodeur 30, Myers. All right, and then we got some cheaper ones. Professor Oak, he was in the season last year. Let's see what his numbers are. Wow, yeah. Season 3, regular season, he played for the Kelowna Rockets. He had 33 games played with a 17-13-3 record with a 71.3 save percentage and 4.45 goals against average. In the CHL, that's actually not the best goals against, but it's definitely not the worst either. I've seen some crazy high numbers there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Professor Oak's price go up here in the next couple hours. As for goalies, I'm not really seeing any other ones that I recognize. Boys in the Hood. Yeah, we already covered him with the Titans. Go on to some. We'll see what's out there for centers right now. See who the big names are. All right, Darku's up front. I don't even know how to say his name, but Lantiengini or whatever. It's probably some hockey player that I don't know who he is. Everybody's going to laugh at me and be like, oh, you don't know who that is. But no big deal because I'm a human and I don't care. He played for Everett in Season 2, but I was a GM for Season 3. Last season he was in the AHL. Nope, take that back. He played Season 3 WHL, he had 20 games played with the is it the Edmonton Oil Kings? He had a 15-5 record, 74 points, 31 goals, 43 assists, and a 30 plus minus. Once again, another player that I see his numbers could, go through the roof by the time this all comes to end. Nutty, your initial impressions on bidding so far, man? What are you seeing? What are the trends? I know you got your AGM probably online doing his thing, getting everything taken care of, so you can be here with us.
Yeah, me and him have an open text communication.
Okay, so you guys are texting right now.
Yeah.
What do you guys? What is your impression so far with bidding?
It's going up a lot higher than I thought it would, to be honest. I forget who you said earlier had the email about GMs go a little excessive or don't know how to manage their bids. Some of that may be true. You get stuck on a player and you want him, and before long you're spending $7 million on a player you probably shouldn't have. You're dealing with a $25 million cap, 17 players. If you do the average, it comes out to about $1.8 million a player.
It's actually, I think it's more on the lines of two.
Two, yeah. I'm taking
just under two, I think,
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's really tough when you start overpaying for players. You're going to pay for it on the back end because you're going to be fighting to get fill out a line or fill out even two lines when you're having to pick up players at a low price.
All right. Let's see. We'll go back to some emails here before we get off the air for the night. Keep in mind we will be back every night this week. It'll be a little bit more organized tomorrow night. Tonight was tough. A lot of Memorial Day parties going on here, family cookouts, vigilances, remembrances, stuff like that. So it was a tough weekend to have to get this going. However, we will come through. We will be on the air tomorrow night too, and as well as Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you're a general manager here in the CHL, please send me a PM if you would like to be on the show throughout this week. We're also expecting an appearance from Crazy Ron, the CHL commissioner or direct. I don't know what his actual title is, but essentially he's in charge of the CHL when it comes to directly handling the day-to-day. And I wanted him to get on here and kind of address the league and explain to him how he runs things and what the best courses of action and kind of just take it from there. But let's get back to some emails. Alex Hutt asks, why was there no bidding shows for the important bidding sessions? Well, Alex, I can't tell you why there weren't shows, but I can tell you why there was a show for the CHL because it's something that I wanted to do, because it's something that I saw last season in another league, and I thought it was awesome. I had a great time watching, and I wasn't even drafted or bid on that in the AHL is what it was, but I had a great time watching it. Alexandre Gallant, must be a Frenchie up there, says nutty with 15 Ys. Matthew Hagan says ha 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 ha. I don't know what you're laughing about. Steven Sentes says nutty grandpa ... Awesome.
Who said that? I don't know.
That was Steven Sentes the second, actually. Emails are pouring in, guys. I will do my best to get as many as I can. If I don't get to them tonight, you guys can probably just shut down your email for the night because I'm not going to have time to get to too many more. Matthew Hagan asks if I am a lefty or a righty. I am a right defenseman. However, I play both sides, and depending on the situation and who I'm playing with, I can play either. Alexandre Gallant says, say something, I'm giving up on you. I don't know.
Somebody needs to bid on him. That's the problem.
Powder overpaid again.
Hey, leave Powder alone.
Hey, how does a GM give an AGM permission to bid? I'll let you touch on that, Tigers, because you're a GM and you had to give an AGM.
Yeah, so basically the GM has the option to allow the AGM access to the bidding board, and since I think Thursday I'm going to be out of here, so Tigers gets to finish up my bidding for me. Went ahead and got him access. We worked that through Crazy Ron, who does a really good job. He's good at communicating and working with the GMs. But that's how you do it. You get in touch with Crazy Ron, and he will get it set up to where your AGM has that ability.
All right. Will McKettrick says, Everett Silvertips GM here. Any questions, send them here. Just say Will in the question. Thanks, Will. Alexandre Gallant, Nutty, I love you.
See, there you go.
Alexandre Gallant, Nutty, can I have your cat? Alexander Gallant, Nutty Voices had given me orgasms in Tri-City.
There you go. Great phone.
Do you know who this player is, just off the name?
Yeah. He was my GM my season 1. So Tri-Cities GM.
Who is that? What's his name?
Used to be God Azir. Now
okay, yep. I remember him from last season.
Yeah, now he's Great Fawn 534140.
From Alex Hutt. Wow, Nutty Grandpa makes his AGM work like an Asian in a sweatshop so he can appear on some stream. Hashtag bad GM. Disagree. Nutty Grandpa has taken the time out of his bidding, which, by the way, there's an 18-hour clock, so even if he didn't bid at all and didn't give his AGM permission, he still has plenty of time to get his bids in on people he wants. If he did his bidding process right and his scouting process right, I'm sure he's got a huge list of names of people he wants, would like, and will settle for. So I'm not going to say that he is making his AGM work.
I am. I like making Tigers work. It's good for him.
Who's your AGM? Tigers?
Tigers 6'5", 1981.
Bam.
He did a lot of my scouting games too, so a lot of guys know who he is.
Okay. Appreciate all from Rob Massimi. Appreciate all this, guys. If you need any help with media, I have no problems with it. Rob Massimi, go ahead and send me a PM and let me know exactly what you can do with media. We will get in contact with you after you message me. Cole Chauvin, what is this guy's gamer tag? I don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about. Ryan Fournier, so pumped to start playing in the league. You know what? Hey, Ryan, we're pumped to have you in the league, and people that are excited make this league tick. So we're gonna get at it in a couple weeks. The season will be underway. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Nutty raging about his cats during games equals the best. ... Do you want to guess who that's from?
That's got to be Tigers. Or
Ed.
Yeah.
Ed, the guy you kept. Alexandre Gallant said, Nutty, guess who I am, which you already have. And then Will Mederick is still asking for questions. All right, so that's the end of the emails. We're going to do one last check on the bidding before we get out of here for the night. Tomorrow night we will be up at 9:15, ready to go. Everything will be fine. But we're going to go back to price. Let me just read this one that just came in from Roy Kingston, who, if I'm reading this right, is Tigers, your AGM.
No, I wouldn't claim it, but yeah.
Okay, he said thank you for the shout-out because I'm sure he's over there working his ass off, probably watching the bidding board just like we are. We're going to go price. We're going to take off the center tab. And Dr. Dangles is up to 5.75. Suck It Donnie's still at 5.2. Breck at 4.7. Billy Gilly, 4.7. Vera X29, 4.2. Reigns at 4 mil. Chemi Bum 69, cool gamer tag, dude. 3.5. Bass Pro Shops 3.2. That's copyright infringement. Manship 91 at 3.2.
He uses it though. It's okay.
Oh, okay. There we go. And I'm kind of slipping down here, but that's all right. I have faith that you guys can drive my price up even more. So that's going to be it for tonight. Let me just I want to let you guys know that I'm Powder P. I'm going to be your CHL media liaison. We're going to have power rankings, shows like this, bidding all week. Will be covered. Everything's going to be a good time. So don't fret on the lack of content tonight. However, it will get better. We got 25 viewers, so if you got buddies that are playing in the CHL, tell them to get on tomorrow night. This is going to be a good time. I'm not sure exactly when it gets posted, but it will be available for you guys to watch later. However, tomorrow night, live bidding. See you then.